Is it alright if I stay today? Is it alright if I stay today? Take my time, far behind, leave my pride. Oh, is it alright if I stay? Is it alright if we just stay today? Is it alright? 'Cause I wish we could just stay. Take our time, far behind, leave our pride. Oh, is it alright if we stay? Is it alright if I decide but change my mind? Is that okay? Is it alright if I don't wanna feel obliged in any way? Is it alright if I waste my time and I lead myself to a mistake? When I roll on by, I won't ask why, I'll just accept and walk away.
How's it, everybody? And welcome to the Daily Pidgin. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Monty.
And you are the Hamajang Gang.
And if you want to be part of the Hamajang Gang and you're new, all you got to do is go ahead and leave a comment, post something in the comment section.
That's right. And you might want to post, gee, you guys do shows right after one after another.
Immediately.
How does that happen?
We're insane.
I got to tell you, thank goodness the technology is on our side.
Yes.
I got to tell you. Well, today we're going to talk about bugs to save coffee plants. We're going to talk about batons are now legal, orcas sinking ships, and the origin of May Day. How is that? But let's say hi to all the people who have decided to join us on this show.
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful? Keone Nunes, thank you for being here. Yeah. All the way from Thailand, Mad Statter, showing face. How's that?
Hey.
Aware, Aloha Andy Bumatai, and comedian James Money. Yeah. Michi Mama saying hi to Keone Nunes. What I'm hoping is someone didn't know there was a screw up and they came in on this show and going, what are they talking about? Well, I think we fixed the problem, and I'm sorry about that, but it's hard to do these videos if we can't hear them.
Yeah.
Now, that first one that we showed, you know, about Morgan Park, a theme park designed for special needs kids, right? They had subtitles.
Yes.
So we could kind of tell what was going on. I know, and where, mene huni. Oh, this is, my friends, is broadcast quality. to
At
the
its
max.
finest.
Hi, Fanny Lee. Aloha no. Oh, this is great. Yeah. Well, we had 55 people watching, and now we have 17. So we lost a few.
Well, we was like, we carrying too many, so let's shake them off a little bit.
Yeah, as spoken like a true ex-bus driver. We're gonna save gas if we get less people.
Yeah, just stop stopping at the bus stop is what I always say.
There you go.
Yeah.
That eliminates
Yeah.
all kinds of problems.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Was there a glitch in the Matrix? Yes. Definitely.
Yeah.
But and unfortunately, the only way to fix it, and James, who has done technical service in the past, right, goes and well, how about I went? You know what? The only way we can do it is what do we have to do?
Reset or close things and open them back up.
Right. I know.
Well, unfortunately, it knocks us off the live.
That's right. And you have to restart things.
Yes.
This might be, you know what, I remember when I was doing presentations and I had to reboot the computer sometimes, like we just had to do. Here's the joke I used to tell. Okay, there's a chemical engineer, an electrical engineer, a mechanical engineer, and a Microsoft engineer, and they're in the car, and it stops. The chemical engineer says, got to be the gas. Let's change the gas. Mechanical engineer, no, it has to be something to do with the motor, right? Electrical engineer, no, you know what, man? It's got to be the spark plug, something to do with the wire. And the Microsoft engineer said, what if we all just got out of the car and got back in?
Yeah. Works every time.
Every single time. Yeah. Okay. Look, and Devin suggests that Namaste Zen. If you put your cursor over the screen and click the gear symbol, change your resolution to the lowest and see if that helps with the choppy video. Maybe something's going on with the internet.
Maybe.
What do you think?
The screen thing's not here on the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Somebody did something. I was going to give them a shout out, but it didn't pop up on this one.
Oh, okay. Well, we're back.
Hey, there we go.
I think we're pretty much back. There
Yeah.
we go. I made it back. Oh, I had feed problem too. Yeah. There could be something going on we don't know about.
It's possible.
Because now we're back up to 36 people watching, up
Hey,
from 17. So
look at us.
It does. We're trying.
Yeah.
Reboot fixes everything. Oh, more so in Windows. Yeah, I know.
Well, it's the same thing when you have when I have a headache or if I'm not feeling well. I go sleep. I wake up. I feel better.
Oh, you just reboot.
Yeah.
Re-sleep.
Reboot, re-sleep. Try again.
Change your resolution by lowering your expectations. Oh, Pocolitino. That's it. Punchline hits harder than one angry Samoan.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you guys are great. Oh, thank you, Fanny Lee. Okay. You know what? I'm going to try to, let's play this coffee bug one now.
Yeah.
If you don't know, yesterday we did a piece on how this tiny little bug is killing the Kona coffee beans.
Yeah.
Well, check this out. Someone came up with an idea.
Tonight, tiny wasps the size of dust particles could be the answer to saving Hawaii coffee farms.
And now UH researchers are planning to set a swarm free on the Big Island. Tens of thousands of Phimasticus coffea are currently being bred in a lab before a release planned for September in Ka'u. The goal, to kill the invasive coffee berry borer beetle. Nearly 50 experiments show the wasps specifically target that bug. Researchers say this population control method is up to 50% more effective than insecticides.
I don't care, man. You magnify a bug and it is like worse than the scariest monster movie ever.
I agree. I don't like wasps myself.
Yeah, and look at this guy. Look at that. He looks like a human all. Oh, wait a minute. That is one. Oh, sorry. Never mind.
I thought he was showing us his pincher.
And it will insert its stinger into the body of the beetle between the wings and lay eggs into it. And then the eggs hatch. And
he lays, that's what this wasp does, lays eggs in that little beetle.
So that beetle also has to babysit.
Yeah. I think this wasp saw the movie Alien.
Oh,
the larvae of the wasp eat the inside of the beetle and kill it.
If the wasps are effective in Ka'u, researchers plan to do more releases in Kona, Waialua, on Oahu, and Maui. The U.S. Department of Agriculture is funding about $750,000 for the project.
Wow.
$750,000. That doesn't seem like a very...
No. Well, they're tiny, so I guess you pay a little bit.
Plus, you figure, whoa, we got 200 wasps, but we pay them each about $1.50.
Yeah. Well, I just hope they don't all of a sudden get hungry for nene, eggs. Like what do you call it? The mongoose, are they?
Oh, the wasps?
Yeah, like they all of a sudden want to eat something else instead of what they were there for. Like how we got mongoose to get the rats, but then they don't fight the rats because they sleep separate time as the rat, and then they end up killing the eggs, the bird eggs.
I think you should stop now.
I'm going all in. Give me a drink. I'm going all in with this idea.
Reminds me of those conversations you have at the bar. And then you know what? Then you take the bug and you put them, and you just... when I was at the dairy, right, the cowboys, because had plenty of flies, right? And the guy goes, you know how you can get rid of all the flies? You catch one, you paint the okole red, and the rest die laughing. Why didn't they try that? Look at this, Nani. James, say what?
So what I was saying was...
No, stop.
What if they don't go after the bug and they go after something else? That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, well... Yeah. What happens when all the Beatles are gone? Well, then you got to listen to the Dave Clark 5.
I was going to say Paul McCartney with wings.
Well, I know. You're too young to know that Dave Clark 5 was a knockoff of the Beatles. Oh. Yeah, so... I thought there were only 2 Beatles left. Yeah, that's where I went. That's right where I went, Lono. Okay, Aware thought it was funny. Yeah. Either that or she's still trying to figure out what you were saying. Yeah.
Somewhere in there is a punchline. Somewhere in there.
Yeah. When people ramble, you got to let them go, because within that ramble, lie is the answer.
Yeah, it's this open mic, it's open podcast.
Look at this. Hey, Jay Frisbee. Hey, every time I get to the edge to visit the islands, I log into Andy Blue McKay. What do you suppose that means?
Andy Bumatai. Blue McKay.
Blue McKay.
That's your name in Ireland.
Oh,
Andy Blue McKay.
This is Sparta.
Wow. It's not Bumatai, it's Blue McKay. That's your name in Ireland.
Oh.
Andy Blue McKay.
Blue McKay. Oh man. Okay. You know what? Let's play the horse video for Michi Mama.
Yeah.
And reboot from there. And for those of you who may not know, what we did was we had a little technical difficulties, so we stepped away for a while. But in the previous show, we told Michi Mama that we would play the horse video for her. And if I'm not mistaken, this is it.
There's a lot more rain in Houston than I ever thought. And the dogwoods of Virginia are blooming in my heart. Oh, but if you ask me which I choose, I will always say I choose to be where you are, 'cause you're my favorite place. Different town, same you and me, just a change of scenery. Different time, same air I breathe, with a lot more humidity. Oh, we're changing like the tide, but I thank God each night Texas sky.
There you go. That's for Michi Mama and everyone out there who loves horses. And looks like we have a few of them.
Yeah, I love them too.
You know, it's interesting. I worked on a feedlot and I worked on a, dairy ranch, right? A milking dairy. And there's always horses around. And man, it's just something that big and that strong with a brain the size of a walnut.
Oh, is it that small?
Yeah, it's very small.
Wow.
They're beautiful, though, but when they trust you, they trust you.
The shots in that video are amazing.
Yeah, they're beautiful shots. Those are, I get those from Art List or Art Grid. I forget what it is. Yeah.
Well, as a tall gentleman, I always notice the tall ladies, and there was one woman.
God, what was she, 15 hands herself?
She was tall.
Man, she was. Okay, now let's do we did the little wasp that hopefully takes out the Kona beads. But this one here, this is interesting. Batons, those expandable batons, you couldn't carry them for a while. Well, someone decided they should be legal, and there's both sides of that argument. Let's check that out.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for joining us. It is now legal for people to possess yet another weapon on our streets.
Look at this. This shot makes it look like it's her arm.
Yeah.
She turned into a Hulk there for a moment.
She got Popeye arms.
According to a court ruling Tuesday, people can now carry a billy club or baton in public. While some say they have a right to defend themselves, others tell me it just makes them more afraid. It's called
Look
the
at this
billy
guy.
club, also known as a baton or nightstick.
It's a nice size self-defense tool.
State law classifies it as a deadly weapon,
Wow.
and it used to be illegal to carry them.
If you were caught with one outside of your home, it would have been a misdemeanor. So you'd be looking up to a year in prison.
But a stipulated final judgment and permanent injunction by the United States District Court for the District of Hawaii on May 23rd changes that.
The settlement has basically said that the state...
Look at this guy. He's like, if I had one of these batons, I wouldn't have lost this tooth.
It might have been the reason he lost it too, and it hit him in the face.
Expanded. Point it out when you expand them.
Bing!
won't prosecute people if they're found with a baton.
In a statement, the Attorney General's office says the injunction addresses one provision of a statute only related to a billy. It does
Aloha state of mind. You never know when you might be randomly invited to a piñata party.
Guess what? I am ready.
not impact any other state laws, including laws relating to firearms and other deadly weapons. Roberts is calling the case another win for Second Amendment rights and says it gained traction after the Supreme Court ruling in summer of 2022 opened the door for concealed carry of firearms across the country.
A stick is basically the beginning of self-defense. You know, throughout all human history, rocks and sticks picked up off the ground would have been who our ancestors used to defend themselves.
When it comes to self-defense tools, a baton or a billy club similar to this is a lot more affordable than a taser or a gun. One like this will cost you between about $20 and $30.
Come to my website and make your purchase today. Operators are waiting. What is she selling them? Whoa, look at this. I took a bat to Morris High School to get it lathed down. The kids were upset. I then realized what I'd done. Oh.
There's no extra parts. There's no, nothing that you have to buy after you've got it. It's one of those things you can buy it once, forget about it.
But he says people still need to be responsible when using any self-defense tool.
You need to make sure that you're familiar with Hawaii's laws. They're very in-depth about when you can and can't use a self-defense tool.
The Honolulu Police Department says they are aware of the settlement and will be notifying officers of the change. While possession is no longer illegal, its use to commit a crime remains a felony. I met with Honolulu City Council member Tyler Dos Santos Tam, who represents downtown and Chinatown. He says it's disquieting.
Our businesses struggle with vandalism. A lot of residents don't feel safe walking around already. And to imagine anybody being able to carry a billy club, I don't think that makes people feel any safer.
I'm not a fan of the policies becoming looser?
Because I wear cat ears and people always tease me and want to hit me.
I think that enables people to carry weapons and to cause destruction and harm to the community. And I do not feel safe.
People still do that upspeak thing. You know what she's doing? And then they walk to the street and then they carry a baton.
Children do.
While there are very strict rules as to where you can and cannot carry a handgun, Roberts says there are currently very few rules or restrictions regarding where you can take billy clubs, making them a very convenient option for self-defense.
You know, and did you hear that part where they said, you know, they're legal, but you cannot use them, you know, to do a crime. That's the same with a marshmallow.
So if you use one of those to inject heroin, then that's an illegal act. So you can't do that. Or if you use it to jaywalk, that's an illegal act. That's serious trouble.
What did you just come from improv class or something? Oh my God. If you use one of those but here, look, I bought one, but do not buy it on Etsy. Get the good one, because you see, look, right? This one doesn't, you know, it doesn't work like it's supposed to. See? There, look.
Yeah, you could poke an eye out with that.
Yeah, but, you know, but I don't use it for self-defense. I use it to shoot heroin.
Well, actually, you can't, because when he pressed it, it just closed.
Okay.
But it's, you know, what's weird is that they say you can't use it, or they don't want more weapons out there.
Of course not. But by the way, these folks, these are my my portable chopsticks. You know, I keep them in a little container here, and they you know, and all right here on camera, right? There were these there's these little. Oh, now it won't work. Okay. I'm turning into you. It's catching.
So maybe it's not me. Maybe it's YouTube.
That's what it is. Oh man, you nailed it. Okay.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say was, maybe, you know, it's not a weapon. Maybe it's the person who has. Because I'm sure. Have you seen a local woman with a slipper? That is a deadly weapon.
Anything can be a weapon.
Yeah.
We talked about that the other day. Martial artists go, well, what do you need the baton for? You got one of these, and they can't, and TSA can't take it from you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Sasa.
We need a Hawaiian superhero that fights crime with chopsticks.
When the ramen attacks.
Ooh, that's the name of that's the evil doer. Ramen. No, there's a guy in a big R. Ramen. That sounds like an evil person, doesn't it? Ramen.
He's really strong and rigid, but when you pour hot water on him, then he gets
just,
like.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, hi, Flash Gordo. Mahalo for being here. Okay.
Super spam.
Okay, we got to get to the rest of these because we've had so many issues. Okay, this one here, this is about the problem fishermen on the Big Island are having ever since the volcano, as my dad used to say.
Volcano.
The commercial fishing industry in Puna was devastated by the Kilauea eruption in 2018, and local fishermen have been waiting since to get their boat access restored at Pohoiki.
As KITV4's Jeremy Lee reports from the Big Island, many hope the wait will soon be over.
The DLNR closed the public comment period this week for a project that would dredge Pohoiki Beach. Since the 2018 eruption, fishermen have had...
Did you notice what he just said? They closed the comments. Did he say comments section?
I missed it.
Wait, let's go back. Listen to this.
Wait will soon be over.
The DLNR closed the public comment period this week for a project that would dredge Pohoiki Beach. Since the 2018 eruption, fishermen have had to totally rearrange their lives. The DLNR tells KITV a tentative timeline for the project has been set.
The Pohoiki boat ramp.
A tentative timeline has been set. But
Remains obstructed for 5
Look at
years
this,
now,
though.
since the 2018 eruption covered this beach in volcanic sand and rock.
Whatever fishermen still remain fishing moved to Hilo to fish out of the Hilo ramp. 2/3 of the Poho'iki fishermen quit fishing.
Wow.
They moved into other industries.
For Michael Harrington, it has meant packing up from Puna and making the trek to the boat ramp here in Hilo. Even the boat itself had to be altered.
We had to put fuel tanks double the size and make sure that we got bigger motors.
And trips out became more difficult to access.
Before I could do a one-night trip, come home in the next morning and be good. Now I have to fish, 2-3 nights at a time.
Wow. Michael's wife, Bunny, says that with the time away comes the concern over safety risks now that the boats are no longer going out from Poho'iki.
If the fishermen are out there in a bad storm that, does happen from time to time, they would basically be able to run back into the ramp within an hour, hour and a half, as opposed to 3 to 4 hours back to Hilo. That's a big thing for me, is safety.
This month, public comment was offered by the state. Some who oppose the dredging have become accustomed to the warm water thermal pools, which the public has enjoyed. Leisure is one thing, making a living is another, according to fishermen.
We just like our ramp back, truthfully. It provided a lot for the community. People were working. That money went to the gas stations, the grocery stores.
Some are fishermen's wives, daughters, and we are the ones that are pushing. Our Lavaia have to be out there working. So we, as the women, are doing what we are supposed to do, and we're supporting our Lavaia.
The DLNR has set July 23rd as a tentative date for a final assessment, with the idea of calling for proposals in October and beginning construction in December. The tentative timeline hopes to complete the project by September of 2024. Reporting from Hilo, Jeremy Lee, KITV4 Island News.
Wow. Well, normally going to the other side of the island wouldn't be so bad unless you're on Hawai'i Island.
Yeah, that's a big island. Yeah.
I mean, and what did she say? It usually take, like an hour to come back, but when they're over there, it takes 3 hours to come back.
Yeah, so instead of coming back, they just stay out three nights maybe.
Yeah, but in a storm, when they have to get out of the water, and then where are they? They're in Kona, right? Is that what they said?
Well, they're in Hilo.
Oh,
they got to
Hilo.
come back to...
Then they got to go back to Puna, right? Where they... Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
I know. And they live in Puna because it's cheaper.
Yeah. And then they spend all that gas money towing, and then the gas of the boat out there, spending all that time out there.
Can you imagine how stressful that is to say, okay, they figure out all their expenses and go, I got to catch 3 ahi at least.
Oh, yeah.
To make all this work.
Yeah.
Oh. And what was she saying? Lavaia? What is that? Husband?
I'm guessing. I don't know.
I've never heard that.
I was going to ask you, because I know you know a bunch.
We got to support our Lavaia. Yeah. And it was like, got to be husband or... Yeah. I'm not familiar with that. Keone Nunes, if you're listening, Lavaia. What is that? Did I say it correctly?
And in Samoan, it's kolua, which is like your your husband or wife.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
Oh, there we go. Fisherman.
Yeah. Oh, is it fisherman?
That's everybody's
fisherman. There you go. Lavaia. Oh, I get it. Thank you, Keone, and mahalo Rick S. There we go.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh, we just learned something today. Lavaia. If I remember correctly, going coast something like 5 million to complete this project. Yeah. Thank you, Nani Aloha just bat phoned me, a fisherman also. Lava enough ia ocean life. Ooh, somebody look, Paniolo Nate.
Breaking it down.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, look at Kona. They're dealing with a lot with the fish, and then also the coffee and the wasp and the beetles.
I had this next video queued up for the end of the show, but we're almost there. But it's a nice segue to go from Lavaia to the origin of May Day.
Oh, I like this.
I think that let's go there. Okay, check this out.
It's a celebration that brings Hawaii together. In tonight's Aloha Authentic, Kamakapili shares more about the history of May Day.
We all make use of our island roadways, but when was the last time you paid attention to their given names? Did you know you can learn more about Hawaii's history if you did? Well, our weekly Aloha Authentic segment, we highlight various streets across the islands so we can dig into those names and in turn, learn something new. This week, we learn of the origins of May Day.
In
the Ahupua'a of Honolulu, which
I'm worried
lies
about
in the
this
Moku of
music.
Kona here on Oahu, stands a street that's named after a Hawaiian garland.
Lei Road.
We're talking about Lei Road. The Hawaiian word lei can be translated as garland, wreath, or necklace of flowers, feathers, or other materials.
How beautiful
a
is
lei
that?
for your head is called lei po'o. Po'o meaning head.
Oh, so lei po'o is the head one, okay?
I used to think it was hakule, but I was corrected a couple years ago. Lei po'o.
Lei po'o. And what is haku?
I think that's a friend of mine.
A lei for your neck is called lei a'i.
Le'a'i?
Meaning
Lei
neck.
po'o?
And a lei for your wrists and or ankles are known as kupe'e. In ancient days,
Kupe'e.
Hawaiians believed their gods resided throughout nature. By weaving and wearing a lei, the energies and physical manifestations of the gods were intertwined together
didn't
and
know that.
carried with an individual.
Cool.
As time progressed, so did the use of lei, all the while continuing to represent the connection to our heritage. It wasn't until 1927 when the idea to create a holiday around the beloved lei came about from a poet.
1927. Cool as that.
A gentleman named Don Blanding, along with a colleague at the Honolulu Star Bulletin, came.
Aren't you glad you didn't have to drive that bus?
You pay extra.
Would smell good, but
Oh, yeah.
Up with May Day. Being first celebrated on May 1st, 1928, May Day is Lei Day in Hawaii was proclaimed a day of celebration a year later.
Wow.
Something else good to take note of, because lei is a Hawaiian word, when speaking of multiple lei, it's still just lei.
How cool is that? So you don't say lays.
Or na lei.
Oh, you don't say nale?
No, he says it's just lei.
Not leis.
In English.
Did you know? Now you do.
I like that. Did you know?
The cool thing about that guy
Yeah.
is not only is he sharing the culture, but he looks like he really enjoys it. Like I love sharing, my language with you guys.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm wondering if you say lei when you speak English, like oh get plenty lei, but in Hawaiian you would say nale.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
But isn't naleo?
Oh, Pili Mehana?
Yeah, that was the group nale.
Maybe we should ask them.
Hold on.
Oh, get three of them. So
Okay.
that's
Hold
plural.
on. We'll get to the bottom of this right now. Gone funny. Oh, look at that. You can say nale, lave mai nale. Oh, okay. There we go. So you can say it. So when you're speaking Hawaiian, you would add the na.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
what I'm guessing. Yeah. Na is plural. Yes, we just picked up on that one. Hey, Koni Laulani says, haku is a style of lei making where you wrap the flower or leaves instead of weaving.
braiding.
Or braiding. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, thanks.
Now we got them, haku, right?
Yeah, because I remember my daughter correcting me for her graduation. She wanted a leipo. And I was like, leipo, what is that?
I was going to get you on haku.
She said, oh, it's on the head. I was like, no, that's on hakule. She's like, no, it's leipo, Dad. And I was like, sorry, yeah.
That's like, they have that wave that's in Tahiti, and it's called, everybody calls it chopo. You know that one, that super thick wave, but actually, it's pronounced te ahu po'o, right? And I'm thinking, the po'o at the end, that's where you whack your head, because get reef or something. But I guess in Tahitian, it means end of the road.
Oh, so
it's the
still
po'o
bad.
part, but first I know how to call them te ahu po'o. Tahitian's funny.
It's after you surf, power already.
Are you guys really Hawaiian? People seem to be teaching you a lot. Well, you know what? Most people, even the modern Hawaiians, Jeff, they don't know all that kind of thing, like you know, Hawaii, and so we don't speak Hawaiian.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm 1/4 Hawaiian, but you know, James is 100% Samoan, right? Yeah, so. You know, but still, there's a lot we can both learn from our original languages. Yeah.
He said kidding, by the way.
Kidding. Yeah, I know.
It's funny because he says kidding, and in his avatar, he's laughing.
Aha! LOL.
He's kidding a lot.
Yeah, we call that rabanek. We know more about Pidgin than we do about Hawaiian.
This is true.
My daughter, who yesterday got her doctorate, right, in educational administration.
Dr. Bumatai.
Yes, but when I watched it, I was amazed at how much Hawaiian was in there. And there was someone, you know, because I don't know if you know this, but you have to defend your dissertation, which is what I was watching yesterday. And one of the women there has children, 2 children, and they only speak Hawaiian.
Oh, wow.
I know. So you see this little kitty, Maika Emi. Like, what did she just say? Yeah, I know. Congrats, Dr. Bumatai. I know. How's that? Ooh, congratulations. Yes. She has her formal ceremony. The graduation happens in July 22nd, but this was her defending her dissertation, which was very interesting and kind of nervous. Ooh, I am wonderful today. That's great, Jojo girl.
You're wonderful every day.
That's right. You are a wonderful person. It was so nice to meet you in person on
Kauai?
on Kauai with her and her mom. Yeah, okay. Off the hook. Oh, hey, no easy feet. Nope, there are no easy feet. And if you have seen James's feet,
size 18.
That's right. And it's not easy.
Yeah, nothing.
His slipper is bigger than Kinako when he leaves it at the door. Pidgin is a second language, I know. That's one of my jokes. I say, hey, you know what? You speak Pidgin, you bilingual. And when you tell people that you bilingual, don't forget leave out the lingual part. Because you don't like tell people. No, include the lingual. I don't know my own joke.
Well, it was a while ago.
Yeah.
In YouTube, so.
Both my grandparents spoke Norwegian and Swedish.
Oh,
right. So did they say po'o or haku?
Or did they say poo?
Congratulations, Doc. Ooh, how's that? Okay, now we're going to go back and we're going to watch a video about how orcas have been sinking ships. Now, this is not a Hawaii video, but interesting nonetheless.
Orcas, or killer whales, have been doing something really weird over the past few years. They are attacking and even sometimes sinking boats. And the most recent incident happened about 3 weeks ago. This was off the coast of Spain, where 3 orcas hit a sailing yacht. They sunk it, and researchers don't really know why this is happening, but there's...
Well, maybe it's happening because we named them killer whales. Maybe, hey, we kill our whales, we got to live up to our moniker.
Not only that, you try run across people's yards. You know, that ocean belongs to that orca.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, that's definitely.
Who's that?
But look how fast they can swim. I had no idea.
And up in the air, and oh my, I'll be so scared. I'll be crying while driving.
I know. Look, orca bullies, orca revolution. Ooh, I saw an orca video. They're pretty smart to go from rudder and learn how from, they learn from each other. In fact, they talk about this. Let's get back to it, sorry.
Some speculation that this could be, and get this, a series of coordinated attacks. It sounds so bizarre when you hear it. But joining us now is Jeff Corwin, a biologist and host of Ocean Treks with Jeff Corwin. Jeff,
mad.
So 15 of these incidents between orcas and boats off the Iberian coast in 2020, is that a lot? How uncommon is it for orcas to come across and interact with boats this way?
Gotti, I'd say this is some pretty extraordinary orca behavior. These are incredibly intelligent creatures. They learn, they adapt, they discover, and they change their behaviors. They also have all the emotions that human beings would have. They have joy, they have fear, they have malevolence. They're incredibly complex social creatures. And in this case, Gotti, is what we're seeing is a very novel learned behavior. But the question is, why are they attacking these ships, these sailing vessels?
And I mean, when you start thinking about what's going on, it almost paints this picture of, at some point, some orca or the orcas decided that this could have been a threat, and then they had to communicate. It's either the same pod or they had to communicate that with other orcas for this to be going on in different places. Is there a chance that this is all the same pod, the same orcas, or does it seem like it's happening with orcas that may be outside of a family unit?
Look at this here. Aware has the answer to that question. I read that apparently it's only this local that have started. What I read is that the actions aren't aggressive toward humans themselves. Like they said, yeah, get that boat out of my yard.
Yeah, trying to keep my place clean, and you're just going all across my water.
Wow. Well, this is likely what we call a residential pod, a residential extended family group. And this is a behavior, just like human beings, is through trial and error. It's through learning and through discovery. And what is likely is one orca is teaching another orca, likely a mother teaching its calf, this behavior. Now, there's two theories to why this is happening. One theory is that it's out of being rambunctiousness, playful behavior. Of course, they're very powerful, and there can be devastating consequences to that playful behavior. But the other is that it's because...
Let me guess what the other is. They saw Free Willy and thought it was a generalization, a stereotypical generalization of orcas. What do you think?
Or they were saying, bro, bring my Uncle Willie back.
Yeah.
A traumatic event. There's one female orca in particular. And one theory is that maybe she was injured. She had this traumatic event, and now she takes a sailboat as a threat, and she's taught this defensive, then offensive behavior to other members of her pod.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's...
What a shot. Look at that. Oops.
Crazy, because orcas, I mean, I grew up watching Free Willy, so it's very easy to anthropomorphize what's happening with a whale in the ocean and their interaction with humans. You are such an incredible resource when it comes to whales. I know that there's some video that you have of a North Atlantic right whale. If we could play that, we'd love to see what we're looking
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got to listen to this part really closely. This is so sad.
at here.
Absolutely, Gotti. This is so important that we all take witness of this, because we may be the last generation to see this creature before our eyes right now.
What?
This is the North Atlantic right whale. This is footage from IFA, the International Fund for Animal Welfare. They're on the front lines with a team of folks trying to save these whales. Right now, Gotti, we only have about 340 surviving right whales. This year, the population is about to collapse, flip to what could be extinction, because they only produced 11 living calves. They're on the brink of disappearing. You can see right now in that footage, Gotti, one of the reasons why they're disappearing. It's ghost nets. They get entangled in fishing line, and they suffer tremendously. They also get hit by ships when they wander and migrate into shipping lanes. So those factors, along with climate change, is driving this species to the brink of extinction, and we may lose it within our lifetimes.
11 offspring for possibly the entire species. That is a terrifying thought. Thank you so much for bringing us those images, Jeff Corwin. Thank you for everything that you do.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. 300 of them, and you know, and a lot of those ghost nests are illegal, but how do you enforce it?
Yeah. And also some that they just, you know, just threw out, like, just throw them in the water. They're not even using it anymore. It's like discarded nets.
Hard not, but you know, it reminds me of that one comic who says, "But what can we do? We're not folk singers." Oh man!
But the thing with the orcas is they actually very intelligent with attacking prey. So that could be practice. Like, hey, you know, let's try to see what we can do with this boat.
I think I like the idea that sailboat kind of, you know, made that mother feel
Yeah.
Threatened.
That's the one that went hit my fin.
Yeah.
Go get them, boys.
Come on, boys, let's do it. And
Yeah.
you saw that video of the 4 orcas knocking the seal off the ice, the piece of ice. Everyone's seen that one, man. I mean, you just so if 4 of those hit a sailboat. But you know, like somebody was saying, but you never hear about anybody getting eaten, right?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Get ready, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday we were talking about the planet of the apes. Get ready for the planet of the orcas.
The orcas, you know.
Yeah,
it's
just
like
stay online.
It's like when remember that orca when he got at one of those sea life park type places.
Oh, SeaWorld.
SeaWorld, and he attacked and killed that man. And I'm going, you know, you take someone that's, an animal that's designed to traverse the globe, and you put him in a pool the size of a tennis court, and you wonder, gee, I wonder why he's upset.
Yeah. Why are you so angry?
Why, Jeff? We gave him a ball to throw around.
Have one of these tiny fishes.
Yeah, there, see, and just, act stupid for people.
Everybody here watching the show loves you.
Look at this. But Tilikum, the orca, killed 4 of his trainers.
Yeah.
Wow.
He pulled him down to the bottom and held him there. Like, it wasn't to eat.
It's just
for...
Enough with the ball.
Yeah, Maki died dead.
Man. Well, you know, that's why the whole we'll go see Life Park. I'm like, even when I was a kid, I can't get behind that. You know?
Yeah, my daughter, I forget what age, but she was young, we took her to SeaWorld, San Diego.
Yeah.
And then when we came home, I showed her that documentary about, and she was like, why didn't you show me this before? I never would have went.
Oh, man. Who remembers Castle Park?
You remember where Ice Palace?
No.
By Stadium Mall. It was like our own little Disneyland. It was in the 80s.
If it cost money.
Yeah.
80s, I had money. But I was too old. In the 80s, I was in my 20s already.
Yeah. It was where Sack and Save is and no more Circle K or Kmart is. But by the stadium.
You're at that age, James, where you're given directions, based on things that aren't there anymore. Remember what a Circle K was? Right there.
Yeah. But it was our own little Disneyland. It was a lot of fun, but kids were dying because they had water slides, but I don't think they had lifeguards. So they were not...
Kids were dying?
I think there was like a few people over the many years that it's been open. So eventually it closed down. They even had batting cages.
You should not be in charge of their public relations. No, over all the years, only about 4 or 5 would die. Not bad.
That's only 0.3 every year.
Look at this. I'm banned from SeaWorld San Antonio, Texas because I protest. Hey. Go get them, Brad.
Yeah, let them have it.
But look at that avatar. It's hard to believe that someone with this avatar would protest.
Yeah, that's like a superhero or maybe a villain.
Maybe that's Ramen.
Ramen Man.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, Ramen.
It should have been called Darwin's Park. Ooh. I think the kid broke his neck on the water slide.
Yeah, because they had water slides. They also had bumper boats and putt-putt mini golf.
That's too much.
Yeah, and video games, of course.
Right. But the worst part, and they discontinued, was bumper golf.
Yeah.
That was the one that...
I enjoyed it as a large Samoan individual. We love those sports.
The batting cages were fun.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah. Especially you put your brother on the other side. Hey, go over there. Stand by that. Be the target. Okay. Castle Park sounds like good fun. Yeah, but not for 0.01% of the population. Hey, they are changing San Diego into an amusement park. No fish, just fish and chips. Ooh, that'll teach them. That'll teach them.
Like, man, this poke is really fresh. Where'd you get this fish from? Oh, that's orca.
That's orca chips. Yeah, with a side order of sailboat. Okay, gang, we're gonna pull a plug on this thing and let you guys get back to your life. Unless someone wants to see a video of, we got a lot of OG here who might want to see something. So here's your last chance, and I'll drink some Hawaii volcanic water heated up to 169 degrees
There
with a
you go.
little bit of honey, good for the throat.
Yeah, and while you do that, I'm going to give a shout out to Doc Bailey, who does cranes, educating and training, also rents them out. And, you know, these big giant cranes that are all over Las Vegas, Oakland, California, Hawaii, and in Guam.
Doc Bailey Cranes and Equipment. Look them up if you need a crane or want to learn how to ride one. And Aloha Kia.
I know a guy.
That's right. 2 in my family. They run like champs. And also TNT Tinting.
Yes.
TNT Tinting. Now 100% owned and operated by the employees.
Yeah.
Tommy Silva, and this is a company that's been around 40 years.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. One of the top 3 most successful tinting companies in the nation.
Wow.
And he basically gave it to his employees.
So you know customer service is going to be amazing.
Amazing. Ooh, look, GB wants to hear Sweet Thursday. Is it Thursday?
It sure is.
Oh, let's try that. Great idea. Okay, let me see if I can get, is it called Sweet Thursday?
The only bad thing if it's the employee owned is like, I want to speak to the owner. I am the owner.
Oh, no, it's called Makiki. I think it's
Yeah.
Thursday in Makiki. There we go. I found it. Okay, we'll play this, then we'll come back and we'll say goodnight. Okay, so hold on. I got to do this.
Thursday.
Yeah, I got to do this. And then this is Thursday in Makiki.
Gee.
Here we go. And mahalo for requesting this. And the chat already ran away. I can't remember who it was. Here we go.
Wasn't supposed to go this way. When I met you yesterday, I didn't need you next to me. Am I the kind that you expected me to be? It's getting a little warm. Crack the window, please. I'll pump the gas if you run inside. Grab a couple tall boys and a honey pie. And yesterday is far away, and tomorrow you'll be gone. It wasn't supposed to go this way. Sweet, 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 sweet Thursday. Out on the highway in a dusty storm, 2 lonesome losers in a stolen dream, headed straight for nowhere in a suicide machine. If you see the lights flashing, push the pedal down. Over the border, they can't get us there. Between the 2 of us, we'll make it if we share. And yesterday is far away, and tomorrow you'll be gone. It wasn't supposed to go this way. Sweet, 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 sweet Thursday.
There you go, gang. Mahalo nui loa. My name's Andy Bumatai.
And I'm James Money.
And you are the Hamajang Gang.
And folks, we are still in Facebook jail.
Yeah.
So, thank you guys for coming over to YouTube and Twitch. A few more days, I believe. Maybe next week sometime.
Well, to whatever 20 days past the 10th, so April 30th.
Yeah.
If there, May 30th, if there is one.
Yeah. So hopefully soon we'll be back on Facebook. If you guys can, please share and like. And Sasa the subscription. Let people know about the podcast. The more people we get to share Hawaii with to other migrated locals up in the mainland that were priced out of paradise.
Like Iam Tongi.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he'll be back soon.
Yeah.
So thanks, gang. We really appreciate it. I'm going to poke the button right now. And mahalo nui loha.